Here at the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in Cologne, and we've got a very close, interesting spawn, and Cooler actually picks up that shotgun, and he was super close range. Rapha doing the damage with the plasma, but it was just not enough, and really that was a flying start for Cooler. Of course, he has actually lost out on that red armor, but to be honest, I'm not sure that he's really caring all that much right now. That's a good start.
Yeah, it was a really good start for him, of course, and afterwards, luckily for Rapha, he got a good spawn and now got equal stacks to Cooler, and actually Cooler is going to wait for this red, and when he gets it, because Rapha is not challenging him, he's going to be looking good for the next Mega.
Wow, and Mega and then a red, and he's going to chase through the teleport here. Rapha in trouble surely, and Cooler's done the damage and got out of the fight. That's a really a decent decision, I think, and Rapha comes out with the gauntlet in hand. Cooler there ready and waiting, and that was almost as if Cooler read Rapha's mind.
Yeah, we're going to see this a lot more often as well, and lucky there of Rapha to actually take away that red armor on the spawn. And now Rapha is in a good position again to take the next Mega and take control of this map.
Well, he's got himself that railgun, Mega health up in 2 seconds, and Rapha will drop onto it. Here comes Cooler, doing a very Kilson-esque move that we saw, although, to be honest, this is only with a couple of minutes gone, and Kilson's was completely risky. But either way, Cooler will be fragged here by Rapha with that railgun. It's now 2-2, all tied up, 1.5 minutes gone. Rapha again collects red.
This is so entirely different from what we've seen Kilson and Avek playing. I mean, these guys are playing it so aggressive. They're just into each other's face all the time, trying to exchange damage and looking who's going to come out on top and then moving in for a kill. And even here, I think Rapha should be able to get it.
That was a good little combo there from Rapha, but the kind of next 2 moves weren't so great. Hitting the rocket against himself on the wall, the rocket jump didn't get him where he wanted to. So, you know, his players, like we said, they've been warming up pretty much all day, but once they get really into the swing of things, and really that was a great rocket, completely direct, I think, onto Cooler. And Rapha's maybe going to try and head him off at some point in the near future, knowing that his health's probably really low, and that he won't be able to maybe go for anything. Yeah, and that's a great move from Rapha, just hurting himself a little bit to stop Cooler from getting in on that 50 health.
But it might backfire now.
It may backfire, and here comes Cooler. I'm sure he's going to challenge or not. The Mega is gone. But yeah, Cooler gets in on red armor, and that's something that Rapha wasn't really planning on, I think.
No, definitely not. I mean, Rapha did a few mistakes now with mispredicting and taking damage where he shouldn't, like rocketing himself, or even that move was so risky to take away some of your own HP, to take his HP away, because Cooler was in a good position there. He wasn't in entirely bad shape, so it's always risky to do that.
2-2, 6 minutes 50 to go. Both players with good rockets, and Rapha has switched out to the LG. It'll give him the edge. Well, it wasn't so much the LG that gave him the edge, more than the Mega health gave him the edge in that fight. He's also going to collect here on that red armor, and that sets him in a good position maybe to extend his lead in this next minute or so. And he knows exactly where Cooler's going to be waiting, down by that yellow armor. But still, Cooler is very much in this game. I mean, both players are sat exactly same health, same armor. At least they were until Rapha will land that rocket. 4 seconds to Mega. Cooler is down low, Rapha up high, and Cooler doing a good job of avoiding all these rockets. Didn't quite manage to avoid the rail, but he did land a rail of his own as well. But it was the Mega health pickup that was the most important thing there for the Russian.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he didn't get that Mega there, he would have been dead for sure. But his positioning was really good, and now Rapha, I don't agree with him moving in there with a rocket launcher, because the plasma was just so much better in that situation. He took a lot of damage now, and Cooler's actually the driving seat now, and he's looking to follow this up. Oh, great escape rocket jump there from Rapha.
Very cheeky, the fact that he comes back for another shot, though. Cooler, I think, wasn't expecting that one to be on the cards. But again, they split off. Cooler for Mega, Rapha for red armor. This yellow taken by Cooler. Rapha took the other yellow.
And Cooler's looking really good now.
You can see as well the kind of spring in his step. He's looking more comfortable and feeling like he's you know, in control and ready to pick up this next frag, which may just come around this red armor area. Or
next
not.
item is the Mega Hell, and I think Rapha is looking to get some damage on it.
Oh, Cooler spots Rapha ever so briefly.
Oh, this is a big mistake by Cooler not to challenge.
Here he comes, Rapha's actually rocket jumped out there. Cooler a split second too late to do the damage, and of course he decided to go off for that yellow armor rather than going in for the Mega. Red armor's going to spawn here as well. Rapha will of course back onto it, and that will force Cooler to change his position out and wait for more yellow armor to move him up towards that full 200 that he expects Rapha to be close to. Here comes Rapha, and I don't think he meant to come in there. He meant to get, oh, he tried for the air rocket there, did Cooler, but it didn't quite work out for him. And now, actually, he's probably struggling a little bit as he drops down, and he's going to die here. That's such an unlucky position for Cooler to drop down. Of course, the fall is bad enough, but when you then land on a jump pad to go straight back up with the LG, you're a dead man, however much health and armor you've got.
Yeah, well played by Rapha, though. His positioning was really good, and he backed off from the rockets really fast. And I don't know, he's going to give out the frag here again, Cooler, and it's starting to look a bit bad for him. 3 frags on battleforged. I mean, we've seen Rapha playing this before, and he really knew how to run this map defensively. I really don't know what Cooler has in his hat.
Well, Cooler dropping down here onto that Mega health area. In all fairness, he's done a decent amount of damage there, and before the Mega, actually, Rapha could have maybe been in a little bit of trouble, but 10 seconds until red. Will Cooler hang around? Actually, he will. Trying to put as much damage output as he can with that plasma gun, but it's really not quite enough. 3.5 minutes and still a 4 frag advantage for Rapha. And as we've seen in the game earlier, in the last semi-final, of course, 1-0 was enough to see Havoc through with a map win.
Yeah, but these players are playing it so aggressive. But really, that's just the style, and they read each other so well that they can actually take these fights all the time and still get out of it. They play so great, and at the moment, Rapha is really showing that he's in shape today.
Red armor again for Rapha. 100, 200 is his stack.
There's plenty of time before the next red and Mega, so we're probably going to see a few face-offs and damage exchanges here.
Again, Rapha keeping those 50 health bubbles away from Cooler. We've got 2 seconds for the Mega, and that was a great little move from Rapha. Just do the damage, get the Mega, and then get out and take another position over by one of these yellows. So he's really got the run of the map, and more so in the fact that he has 5 points the advantage, and it's up to Cooler to chase, because Cooler can't sit back and just go for the item control here like Rapha can, because he's got to make up 5 frags on a map where 5 frags is actually a decent scoreline at the end of it all.
Yeah, and 3 HP now for Cooler. Oh, great rail there by Rapha to finish it. He's a bit early for the Mega, but I don't think Cooler can actually challenge this because he doesn't have any weapon.
Rapha will jump out. Cooler was trying to get himself a rocket launcher, and he is going to go down. Good games called by Cooler with 1 minute 50 to go. And I tell you what, of course, we saw this map being played between Cooler and Cypher, and at the end of it all, well, I say at the end of it all, end of 2 minutes, Cooler dropped out. At least this time he managed another 6. So Cooler, I'm sure one day will